Hello everyone and welcome to another match of Roulette Rivals 14. This time we are back with a lower bracket round 4 match between davidredsox and quatilyti. User will be obviously eliminated, but this also means that they have had at least one loss under their belts. David has defeated Rocky and then Fly for You before losing to Pijero, while quatilyti has lost to Fraud7 in his first match before defeating Lost Papers and Musketeer. So 3 matches played, 2 wins, 1 loss, and with a win they will stay on, of course, as it is usually the case. I need to very quickly interact here and click the 2 streams because we still have 50 seconds, or we only have 50 seconds rather. And if I click this one, yep, I think we do have some okay sounds here for the match. First map is Sapienza, chosen by davidredsox, where he has a 9 wins and 5 losses. Quatilyti only has a 33% win rate there, which is probably the reason why David was angling this map. Sapi 33% for Quati is equaled by Hokkaido, and only Mumbai is worse than that with 30%. And if I can find the one map that Quati hasn't played, I think Ambrose Island quatilyti has never played. So that could have been another map that Quati doesn't have experience on, but it was Sapienza for this first map, and this is the first spin. Civil Crusoe, Explosion Accident as a housekeeper. The Francesco Descent is Silence the Assault Rifle as Oscar Lafayette. Of course, with Oscar, it's always the therapy lure that comes to mind at first, but I would like to guess that you just start with Oscar and bring your disguise in. Not a lot of setup needed for Silvio. I don't think you need to manipulate him anyway there. And sure enough...
What? Oh, really?
Sorry, just setting up my stream on the side. And sure enough, they will both start default. Throwing that briefcase to lure Oscar all the way down. Hey Larzo, I was just thinking about the fact that I think the spin is just a bit too simple for therapy lure to be quick. Yeah, as Reaper says. You just bring in the disguise and you have Franny down by, you know, minute 45, 2 minutes, depending on what you do exactly. And the Silvio kill is also very minimal setup. I would love to see a drive by, but I mean, it's very likely always gonna be the isolation in the the room of Silvio, the workroom, the office, I guess. David didn't succeed with the Oscar grab for the first time, so now Quati enjoys a 45-second lead. Gonna have to see for David for the second time. He's a bit low, yeah. I think that is the crux of the problem. David is just a bit too low on the stairs when trying to change disguises. I know that some players like to salvage this with a distraction. Sorry, and this might be just a bit too loud. Let me know if the sounds are okay or too much or too little on the game on the player side.
Oh.
But yeah, David is now in a very unfortunate loop there, restarting at the beginning of the spin with probably the most technical part, something that you are quite familiar with over time and just wants to keep failing in a match. Then it's a very frustrating experience on your own map pick, no least. Thank you for the responses, guys. Hello, Gorg, Gregory, Reaper, Sailor Saturn, and of course the match admin Reaper. So Dave is trying again, and Quati is going for, well, one of the 2 free housekeeper disguises. It's always a nice debate which one of the 2 is best. I think players have mostly been using the one downstairs, especially with the particle boost being legal for R14, but even without, I think it's just very swift job there to succeed. Quati kind of has the timing to wait it out downstairs, but decides to go upstairs for a save, unusual.
Say what? What?
Upstairs, Chanks and KOs, and Quati has the time to get the 2 Chanks down. First one at his head, the other one also at his head. No misses there, waits until both guards are down. And I was worried about the range of that propane because it was
Whatever.
furthest from Silvio's head, I guess. It was still quite a distance away from his legs, but it's still killed. And this entire spin will go down without David entering the mansion. That's going to be a frustrating experience for him. At least it's an experience that is not gonna take too long. The world records have passed, but it is still going to be a sub 4.5 minute spin.
Whoa.
Or a sub 4 minute spin first try by quatilyti. Very solid first spin there. 4:24 is the finishing time, and Quati takes the first 2 points. Yep, just like that. Reaper quick on the button, and I think that will be a relief for David as well. 28, 29, something like that. The skies count for Sapienza. Some bring more troubles than others. Sometimes it's just a struggle bus there, but they will be taking the bus to Santa Fortuna instead. The Achilles heel map. Yes, it is certainly an Achilles heel for some. Not for Big Machete 13, who's in the chat and is very happy about the fact that Santa Fortuna will be played again. I think we do have like some stats about this. RR14 statistics. Oh, I can only see the map peak frequency. Well, Santa Fortuna is the second most banned map with 12 before today. And one of the least picked map with 4, but of course it can also show up as RNG, so it's not too important to check the numbers. But it is at Santa Fortuna, I think for the first time today, first time in quite a while. First time since yesterday, where Luke defeated Parapluie, and along the way he took Santa Fortuna as well. And now I do remember the YouTube video from Michelle today, who very sorry, I'm missing the word, but very nicely doing all the Santa Fortuna spins of this tournament, so you wouldn't miss a single one. And I'm sure the recording will start soon again. This is a very hype rematch from the previous tournament. Quatilyti, of course, jumped into the roulette scene with a 5th place in last year's World Championship, but he couldn't quite reach the same heights in RR13, and that was davidredsox the reason for. RR13 rules bracket round 6 was a 6-0 sweep by davidredsox. We won't have the same scoreline today. I guess we can have the same scoreline, but not the same outcome. David cannot sweep anymore. But we can hope for a 4-mapper or a 5-mapper, or for the second time in this tournament, a 6-map match. Trying to scroll to the bottom, but it was Mikulers versus Falcon. 7-5 victory for the former. Always hope for a long one and nice one, and first of all perhaps an interesting Santa Fortuna spin. David is definitely known for stretching the meta, or maybe even going off meta directly. Although it's not a lot of things you can do that aren't popular by this point. Submarine Start has 2 strategies, and from default to Mansion Stab there's a lot to do. Wonder which one this will be. Well, it's gonna be Suit Start, since it's Rico Delgado folding knife in the suit, Jorge Franco fall as a submarine crew, Andrea Martinez injected poison as gardener. Well, it might just be the soft lockdown. because you are forced to start in suit, and since Rico is a kill which allows him to be knocked out, you probably might as well start with the isolation. You can make an argument, I guess, it's not something I would do, but you can make an argument for starting the suit, getting the gardener disguise from the village, and get a very quick injected poison kill on Andrea, but I mean, it's not really sure what the point of that would be, because you just miss Rico. Of course, you can get him at many other timings, but I think going meta here works very well, and Quati, picking Santa Fortuna here, is definitely confident on the meta. Didn't talk about the stats, but Quati has 4 wins and 2 losses from Santa Fortuna, and davidredsox has 3 wins and 8 losses, so definitely another angle, or I guess direct pick rather, against someone who's not too successful on one map, but can of course change. It did change for Quati in Sapienza, it might be the same for David in SF. It's not gonna be a soft lockdown for Quati, it's gonna be the Red Fox, and David is doing the thing that I was gonna say, or I did actually say about starting the suit with the free disguise, but the panic doesn't work as intended. And we'll have to restart after a headshot on the civilian. So I guess it's not too surprising. Oh my goodness, I got... Okay. I get a huge recommendation of Windows 11, basically obstructing everything for like 15 seconds, but I guess I managed to survive that. And something that is mostly seen for live Rico kills at this point is done for just regular suit folding knife, but first try successful. Red Fox ISO for quatilyti will mean a lot, and now with a minute and a half of lead and plenty of setup already, he will get the first kill, probably definitely earlier than David at this point. I won't go off topic too much, but I can't even update Windows 11, yet I'm still getting these very annoying pop-up ads. It's fine, we move on, as we will move on with this spin. Thank you Red Furry for the raid, welcome to competitive Hitman. Wow, you guys can have a very exciting time, because quatilyti just had to restart his run here in Santa Fortuna. When you aim at the gun, so when you aim at the gun at Andrea, then there's like a bubble around her, and sometimes the outside guard is within it. So unfortunate that way. Hey Sephiroth, Red Fury and everyone of the Raiders. Welcome to this match of Roulette Rivals 14. Two players attempting the same randomized Hitman mission with the conditions down below. Rico Delgado must be eliminated with the folding knife in the suit. Jorge Franco in a fall kill, disguised as a submarine crew. And Andrea Martinez with an injected poison as a gardener. And all this in silent assassin rating before the time runs out. And if you do that, you get 2 points. If you get 6 points, you win the match. So very exciting times here in Frost 7 Speedrun community. I think it's now the 3rd match of the day, and our R14 has been going on for 3 weeks now, and we'll be going on for 2 more weeks, as we are getting closer and closer to the finals and the final weeks. Scott is restarting the procedure of... Well, this was a soft lockdown instead. I guess Scotty decided not to take a hassle with the Red Fox chat. Also, I guess I was wrong, because this is the 3rd weekend, so it's been only going for 2 weeks, but I guess the weekends are the most important part of our hours anyway. David got Rico down with I think it was the peekaboo in the end, since he brought the suit all the way to the pond, the lake, near the speedboat exit. So David has the first kill, and okay, this is not gonna be the 4 kill just yet, but David is hiding away so that he can grab a submarine crew.
No
Waits
way.
until he gets into position. Alright, sounds good, Ashuran. Thanks for the raid again. So yes, we can see now David in the subcrew disguise, attempting to isolate Rico first, and it seems Quati will get this kill for a second time, only compromised, not hunted by anyone outside, so that will be the first kill for Quati. But second kill also not too far away. I think what will take time for quatilyti is to get the third disguise and the third kill. Which I guess is the same for David, but he is a minute and a bit ahead, so still advantage David. Scotty is getting the easiest and the no loadout way to get the folding knife. He is upstairs in the cartel hangout room. No one really looks there. There is one cycling guard who can make life difficult, but not all the time. David with a crucial emetic shot soon, and by soon I mean right now. Perfect timing, because Jorge just stopped for a second, which made the emetic shot very easy with the seeker. And give it another 15 seconds and he will be in a position where he can just be KO'd. He's going the other way around, which is a bit annoying because David cannot KO him in these bushes. Halfway there he has to wait until he gets to the bathroom, but seems it's gonna work out just fine. But that will be 2 kills very soon regardless. That was strange. Oh my goodness. That was a bushler, but David has a shank to save this. That was almost scary for a second. I guess it's a nice exit disguise for David, who will need a gardener last.
Franco confirmed down. Nice
And the
work.
run begins towards the third disguise and the third kill. Quati missing Jorge and the subcrew. And Quati also has Quati also has strengths to make this a bit easier, but he's using the 2 strengths on another disguise. He's also getting whooshes in the meantime. But I guess at this point you would, I guess, rather just KO him, but no. For a second I thought that quatilyti would go for an elite guard, and that's what he changes into, but it's not the final destination, of course. Sounds good, Curry. No worries about it. Ooh, and this might be something for Quati. I mean, it's either gonna work out very nicely, or there's gonna be some hunted in the way. The guard comes in just the right moment. Unfortunately, the wrong moment, rather. Because by the... I mean, I guess you need to KO him, but the other guard will come in, and at the end both will be woken up. Oh goodness, Quati will have to abandon this one. And I guess just move closer to Jorge. David meanwhile got the very free disguise of the gardener that Quati got at the beginning of his run. And depending on cycles, and I think it's gonna be actually quite tight, but I think it's gonna work out for downstairs second cycle for David. You can see that Andrea is in position, and this might decide the spin if David gets an angle.
Did you see the poster?
It's not a shot, but a figurative angle on Andrea before she leaves. Then David definitely wins this map, but you can see that she's still standing. She's still in her phone call.
Interesante.
And it seems that David will get this one. Another distraction to make sure that she turns away from 47. I think after a little delays, yes, she does go for it. No GRB. Okay, well, the NPC turns back after the kill, but it doesn't matter. 3 kills down for David. And that will be a map thing for him if he can get to the exit with green guns, because Quati has a lot going on for him with the 4 kill, but crucially the 4 kill will take some time. So the photo finish will definitely run out by then. There's the Seeker. I think Quati would need 2 Seeker shots to make this one work, because the first one would turn Jorge or whoever to this wrong bathroom closer to 47. And yeah, there's not even a point waiting out the 30 seconds. That will be a davidredsox map win. I guess that was a miss anyway. But yeah, Quati, I think, depending on which bathroom he goes to, and I suspect it's the wrong bathroom, but even with the right one, it would be another 45 seconds until he finishes. So we do have 2-2. We are avoiding a sweep here today. As I mentioned before, these two players have met just a couple months ago in their previous tournament, and davidredsox did finish that match 6-0, so it was a full sweep there. We can see that one of those maps was New York. The other two were Berlin and Mumbai, and that Berlin was quatility's ban. Meanwhile, David has chosen to ban Haven Island, so of course a map ban means that the other player cannot pick it for this match. Both players select one map, and the rest is decided by RNG, and this was the first one, as you can see, chosen by Hitmaps. Not one of our 2 players. Did Sapi go well? I missed it. Hello, Vulcat. Sapi did go well. Well, for Quati. It went really well for Quati, and it was very much a struggle for David, who couldn't really get Oscar's disguise. And I guess for Santa Fortuna you would say that it went reasonably well for both. I think Quati wasn't too far off finishing, but it was meant to be David's who made sure that we have this always interesting situation that Sapienza was chosen by David, but quatilyti won that map, and quatilyti has chosen Santa Fortuna, but David succeeded there. No, the Sapi scene was quite alright. It was Oscar Lafayette, Assault Rifle for Frenny, and Explosion Accident Housekeeper for Silvio. Yes, as Sailor says. Perfect. Minute 15 until the third spin of this match. We are guaranteed to see the map after this one, which is Marrakesh. And if neither players have 6 points after 4 maps, then of course we will keep going, and that will be Bangkok for map 5, and then for map 6 it's Ambrose Island, which would be quatility's first Ambrose, and for David it would be his 6th. It's quite a lot of experience there, but would be a sight to see. Definitely hoping for 6 maps, the full distance, as rare as that might be.
Command, corridor all clear. Relocate.
47. That's Fabian Mann.
So I guess if Santa Fortuna was a map where you can't really go off meta because of so many strats gaining popularity, I think it's really hard for New York to go off the meta, because I mean, you just get a disguise and probably get to Athena. Of course, there are some changes in approach, which you can see that David is starting with the golf ball and the crowbar, and Quati with the snail and the EMP. And I think it will be, I think either could be working, because this is a no loadout spin. Athena Savalas, falling object as a fired banker, as the fired banker rather. and both of them are going in with their loadouts. It's gonna be not a battle of strategies or different starts, the battle of different loadouts, which is very nice to see.
That's the first backup data disk secured. 2 more to
Absolutely synced replay here. And that will be the same at the very least until they get the disguise. Quatilyti with the first throw and the second one. Oh, but David did... Oh, David wasn't sure about the fact that you can just KO both in succession, so that's one chunk used there. And yeah, with Fire Banker you are probably just a bit off going at EMP, so Quatilyti will decide against it. Meanwhile, David did use the golf ball to his advantage, so that's now the evidence deleted with no problems. It's gonna be really tight here, Quatilyti getting to the office just a second earlier, but still with yellow guns. Of course it doesn't really matter for this map because you will need to get the CEO keys anyway. And here are the two different approaches. Snail strat for Quatilyti, throwing the snail and then 3 KOs in succession. 4 with the cameras, that's a good call there. Oh, how lucky for Quatilyti. How close it is for Quatilyti. Of course, it's not about luck, but
That is the
the
theme
guard
Savalas.
didn't see anything. As David
Billionaire banker,
is
Providence
going with a
Herald,
one-chunk
and Bane of the
approach,
middle
and
class.
there are 2 guards looking at each other. I don't know. I don't think David can save this one. Needs a very opportune KO there, but turns orange, so that's a rip.
Director Savalas eliminated. Good work, 47.
Wait,
This is the vault.
it wasn't a one-chunk
The data
approach
core
by
should be
choice.
behind
It
that
was
large steel door.
life decided that it's gonna be one-chunk approach for David because he
That's
missed
the
one-chunk
first
shot.
backup data disk
I did miss
secured.
that.
2 more to locate.
And of course, that was one-chunk on the Fire Banker, which David will now remember to not to waste the chunk on, but it's too little too late, sadly. Because Quatilyty's first try may just be enough. Final Enforcer to dodge, Final Enforcers to walk past, and we have the Quatilyti finish in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Quatilyti takes the lead yet again. That was 2-0 and now 4-2 coming to Marrakesh. I don't know how the spin would have gone down if David's first try succeeded. Trying to just picture it in my head. I think we're at that point where the chunks and the snail KOs are just the same length. Very difficult to say though. Both of them would have needed Fabian in the end, but both of them would have had one chunk for it, so I think we just avoided a photo finish or a close to photo finish tie, which is certainly not something that the Reaper 47 would want to calculate.
Good work, 47. Now to locate General Zaydan.
Marrakesh is here, and I think that's the first time that one of these players has a 100% win rate on it. Of course, it's very difficult for a veteran like David to have a 100% win rate. His best win rate is Chongqing, but that's 13 wins from 17 plays, which is
Welcomed.
definitely very impressive. And after points, it's just impossible to keep 100% win rates. But Kot on the other hand, a newish player, still has 100% in 4 maps. He's won Paris once, Chongqing thrice, Miami also thrice, and then Marrakesh here. You can see the 3 wins and 0 losses. Those were, I remember one very famous Marrakesh, but I can now check all 3 of them. His first Marrakesh was a decider. Well, it was a map 5 against Dynamos, sorry. Kind of the play that popularized the Klaus suit lockdown early spin. And then there were 2 other Marrakesh plays. Neither were picked by Quatilyti himself, but he has defeated Some random person in round 1 and quotes in round 2 of R13.
No.
Hey, got one left. I'll go find a spot.
I can see that there was an RR10
Sure.
draw there between davidredsox and Osh.
What?
I wanna assume that was a timeout tie, but I'm not exactly sure. David is using a coin and a banana. You can use any sedative items, of course, there, but nice to see that the banana also works, although, of course, it was caught while changing. I think that was... He may have uncrouched too early. I have to say I wasn't paying too much attention there.
You're in. Good work, 47. Now to locate General Zaydan.
Yep, this is the same record since RWC 2021, and I was looking into the records for a while, and
That
is this correct right
is
now?
General Reza Zaydan, Keeper of the Peace.
Yeah. So this was set in 2021, the 14th of November, and still standing by Chris X3, making it the longest ever
Honeycomb.
RR record, standing for 922 days. If he can just somehow survive the rest of this tournament, and I think there have been a lot of pressures towards this record, then we might get to 1000 days for the first time. But still 16 days to do this tournament, or to finish this one up. And I don't think this will be the spin to break the record, because it is Reza Zaydan, no target specification, assault rifle disguised as the concealed intern, and Klaus Hugo Strandberg, injected poison disguised as the fortune teller. Two very annoying disguises, but I think you can get the fortune teller at the start. And then... And then what you do for the intern? These are the two disguises that Sparkles made videos for, making it a remote approach with the remote emetic gas device. You can hide the gas device under a little table for the fortune teller, or in between the, I guess, sheets. Not sure what is sold next to consult intern, and then detonate it at a very specific time. But what if we start with the fortune teller and probably worry about the intern later? David also going the same route with slightly different approaches. And I hate to be that person, but I did have a fortune teller spin in my previous Marrakesh, and with a very precise snail placement, you can get the disguise at the beginning of the spin with no other loadout items, no pistol distractions, no panics. Of course, it may not work later on in the spin, but still nice to get there. But I think quatilyti has a very good approach here. Yep, still green guns, gets the disguise, and both of them are off and running, and it seems that David has had a perfect timing here to catch the intern live. Meanwhile, Quati is going for the remote approach there. Yep, just hiding it there, and I think 2 minutes and 20 seconds is the time that you need to detonate it, so that you will have the disguise coming to you, or I guess coming to the Shisha bathroom, but that will be on the way to Reza. So I guess with all this... Okay, David with one more subdue there for the road. Because I think that was a KO. I'm not ultra sure, but I think that he really didn't need to, really didn't want to have that body be found. So close calls there, but David secures both disguises. Although at the cost of missing the Klaus timing, because it's 1 minute 40 seconds right now. It's gonna be at least 1 minute and 15 seconds to get the Klaus's position. Ooh, kinda sketchy AR shot there for Quati. gets the keys after the body shot, and it seems that he survives with twin guns. And then goes back to hide at AR. It's not gonna be needed until the very end of the spin. More than good timing there to
You
bait
made
out
it.
the Klaus timing.
Most impressive, 47.
Knife kill is
Now
just
to locate
slightly
Klaus
more
Strandberg.
trickier than regular kill or allowed kill here. It's all done the same way. Vacuum cleaner to distract the guard, chainler to distract or move Klaus inside. It's gonna be the musicking setup. Para is very bright there. I guess you can be very much late to the Klaus ISO and still do it somehow. 245, 250, yeah, it's just a bit too late, but the guard was coming just inside. And David is now moving down. Aha! It's gonna be a target lockdown. I mean, it's quite different than the beginning of the spin. I think David is kind of playing the odds here, knowing that he cannot really afford to wait for too long. But he could maybe get a poke in here. Klaus is super fast down here, and you can get the GRB so easily. This is gonna be a huge risk to take, and the guard is coming, and it's a restart, yeah. I think it's fair from David to try. He knew that trying to get a later Klaus dooms him just as much as restarting in the first place, so really looking rough for David, as Quati, of course, fully done with the first kill, exited as a consular janitor with no enforcers outside, and he's now moving to this bathroom, which will have a consulate intern in it. Didn't check for the exact detonation time, but I do want to say that it was about the 2 minutes and 20 timing. That's this guy secured. Oh, and David gets found trespassing. It's quite awkward to do this without Chanks. And he's of course using one Chank.
Welcome.
The first Chank on the fortune teller. They kind of want to have more Chanks for the later part of the round, but yeah, I think what is showing that remote thematic for the intern is the play. And Quati had some bad timing with the cycles, but looks like he's made it past without any enforcer dots, making things difficult. And from this point is a part of roulette that, yeah, I mean, after one point you shouldn't ever fail, but of course things can always happen. Quati is looking for these NPCs inside. It's gonna get a little whoosh there, but not a lot. And it's about the intercom lure right now, throwing the item to accelerate the conversation, to skip that part which Raze doesn't care about. And then just the anxious wait for Raze to arrive in this room. Not a lot of points in Raze's cycle when he's further away from this room than right now for Quati, but patience is a virtue, and there is Raze. Of course, it's a throw that might be missed sometimes, but seems to hit very well. Do not pacify Raze's Zaydan, and if you do that, but do the kill without alarm, which Quati just did, but it seems that we might have game, set and match. Checking in instinct down below, but no enforcers peeking outside. Might get a tiny bit of a whoosh from the right now, but that's not even happening, and that's a 6-2 victory for quatilyti. 8-1 to 8-1 and a big pause. to end it. And yeah, Reaper does not waste any time. Gets the victory, confirms the score, and ends the match there for quatilyti. So Quati taking revenge for the RR13 loss. Quati finished 7th. No, Quati finished 9th. David finished 7th in this last tournament. David will finish... I guess we can just count, but I think that's just outside the top 2. I think top 10, I think it will be 13th place. With quatilyti still a chance to better his score from RWC. Losers bracket round 4 is what we had, and we can see it right now that... Can I? No, I can't really highlight with my mouse, but towards the bottom of losers round 4 we have quatilyti winning over David, and Quati will face either Death Observer or Channel Joined. Another lower round 4 match waiting to be played and scheduled. It's big asterisk there, kind of behind schedule, without this match being scheduled, but I'm sure they are on top of it right now. So that will be Quati's next match from losers round 5, and losers round 6 is already waiting there. Phenium will play either Observer, Channel, or quatilyti, so very tough part of the bracket, but of course all parts of the bracket are right now, so no surprise there in a 51% bracket. No more matches for tonight, and no pretty countdowns because there are no matches in the next 24 hours either. Hausen will play Skylar, the one remaining losers round 3 match, in 1 day and 50 minutes. That will be starting in Chongqing and Mumbai. And I think the rest are... No, it's a nice mix of winners and loser bracket matches. One match from the winners bracket, Frost vs Reaper is on Sunday, and then Music vs Yanni is in the lower bracket, and then swap it around, Veggerby vs Woolcat is lower bracket, and then Moo and Scruffy are already winners bracket round 5, the semi-finals, the round of 6. Although that's gonna be not gonna be for a while, it's Thursday the 30th of May. But yeah, very exciting match here. Happy to cast this one. Thank you Reaper for adminning this match. GG's to both players. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you everyone.